Telling you right now, Ellie was applying major pressure to get Caitlin Clark to come on to New York, and I think that'd be a great destination for y'all. I've been saying it, bruh. Caitlin Clark need to get the hell out of Indy, bruh. It ain't working. It ain't working.
A quiet storm is brewing in the WNBA, and its epicenter is a single, grainy photograph. This image, captured deep in the bowels of the Barclays Center, threatens to trigger a seismic shift that could redefine the league's entire power structure. It shows rookie phenom Caitlin Clark, the face of the Indiana Fever, in a hushed conversation with the very core of the New York Liberty's championship roster. This was no accident. It was a declaration of intent, a calculated power play unfolding in the shadows, and it has sent a current of pure panic through the Indiana franchise. The whispers have turned into a deafening roar. The mission to bring Caitlin Clark to New York is not just a fantasy, it's an active operation.
Caitlin Clark to the New York Liberty? Confirmed? You guys? The photo circulating went viral of Caitlin Clark in the bowels of the Barclays Center with Liberty coach Sandy Brondello and Breanna Stewart and Sabrina.
The first public shot was fired during All-Star Weekend, disguised as a harmless piece of entertainment. The Liberty's mascot, Ellie, planted herself right next to Caitlin Clark, not for a fleeting moment, but for an extended, uncomfortably close interaction. While cameras rolled, Ellie was applying what can only be described as major pressure, a relentless and playful campaign of affection. Beside Clark, her own teammate Aaliyah Boston looked on, almost in disbelief. This wasn't a random act of mascot fun. It was a televised recruitment billboard, a message broadcast to the world by a franchise that understands the power of spectacle. We are coming for your star, and we will do it in plain sight.
I think it's safe to say that the Liberty are currently running the full court press to try and get Caitlin Clark at some stage in her career. Do I think they'll get Caitlin Clark next year? No. Do I think it'll be the year after? No. Do I think at some stage they'll get Caitlin?
But what happens in public is often just the opening act for the real moves made in private. The mascot stunt was soon overshadowed by the bombshell photo from the Barclays Center tunnel. There was Clark, deep in conversation with Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello, reigning MVP Breanna Stewart, and star guard Sabrina Ionescu. It was a summit of champions meeting with their heir apparent. Clark didn't look hesitant or distant. She looked at ease, relaxed, and completely at home, as if she was already part of their inner circle. This secret meeting was the second and far more serious signal that the groundwork for a monumental change was being laid.
Poorly mascots. Yes, the New York Liberty mascot Ellie was applying major pressure to Caitlin yesterday. I mean, she just could not stop messing with Caitlin. And I mean, it got so bad, Aaliyah Boston sitting next to Caitlin like this. Like all the people ain't just watching you just sit here and be all up in Ellie's face. I love this. I think Caitlin Clark was just showing love. But I'm telling you right now, Ellie was applying major pressure to get Caitlin Clark to come on to New York, and I think that'd be a great destination.
Even so, the most explosive detail of that photo was the presence of one other man, Clark's agent, Aaron Caney. His inclusion elevated this from a friendly chat to a strategic negotiation. In professional sports, agents are the architects of blockbuster deals. They don't show up for small talk. They show up to discuss contracts, opportunities, and futures. His presence confirmed this wasn't about what if, it was about how. It was a clear sign that both sides were exploring a legitimate pathway for Clark's future, a pathway that leads directly out of Indiana.
Guys, today, imagine getting on national TV, being paid by ESPN, paid by CBS, and have the nerve to look at the viewing public, lie to them, and say the Indiana Fever are more dangerous without Caitlin Clark. I'm curious, are those same people going to be on TV this evening, tomorrow morning? Are they going to look in the camera and double down on the Indiana Fever are more dangerous without Caitlin?
To grasp why Clark would even consider such a seismic career shift, you only need to look at the self-inflicted chaos consuming the Indiana Fever. The franchise was handed a generational talent, a golden ticket to relevance and championships, and they seemed determined to squander it. The most baffling decision came from coach Stephanie White, who, after Clark returned from injury, decided to strip her of her primary point guard duties. She took the ball out of the hands of the most gifted playmaker in the world and gave it to a role player. It's a move that defies all logic, not just a strategic misstep, but an act of coaching malpractice that undermines their greatest asset.
Yeah, by the way, Caitlin Clark looks unbelievably happy talking to these folks. But this is how it starts in sports. This is how it starts in the NFL. This is how it starts in the NBA. When you start seeing the wheels in motion, there's signs. There's signs before eventually a player gets traded. A player eventually marks their next destination. The Indiana Fever, you're on notice. You're on notice. You better recognize what you've got going on, the asset in front of you, and you do whatever you have to do to correct what is happening.
This isn't just a tactical adjustment, it's sabotage dressed up in a headset. The team was supposed to be built around Caitlin Clark's strengths, her unparalleled court vision, her limitless shooting range, her ability to make everyone around her better. Instead, White has shoehorned her into a clunky, ineffective system that neutralizes everything that makes her great. The offense has become stagnant, predictable, and painful to watch. It's a system that asks a virtuoso to play a supporting role, effectively clipping the wings of an eagle and then wondering why it can't soar.
Y'all, this thing was supposed to be built upon Caitlin Clark's strengths. It's that simple. It's that simple. What's wild is you had the easiest gig in the business. This was the easiest gig in the business. All you had to do was show up. Yo, what offense was y'all running last year? Y'all was scoring like 104, 108, sometimes in the 90s. Whoa. Okay, run your offense, but y'all listen to me on this defensive end. I'll let y'all do what y'all want on Caitlin. The offense is yours. I'm going to handle this defensive side of the ball. We're going to get better over here. You had the easiest gig in the business. You went and blew it. You went and just made the job 10 times harder than what.
The devastating impact of this coaching philosophy is written in black and white. The statistics tell a brutal story of regression. Under White's rigid system, Clark's shooting percentages have cratered to just 36.7% from the field and an unacceptable 27.9% from three-point range. These aren't the signs of a sophomore slump. They are the unmistakable symptoms of a player being systematically hamstrung by a coaching staff that fails to understand her talent. When Clark runs the offense, the team has rhythm. When she's forced off the ball, it all crumbles into chaos.
I thought we started really well. I thought we were competitive. I thought we played with energy in the first 5 minutes. And then, when they kind of went on their first run, it kind of deflated us a little bit, which I'm not really sure why. But the offense, I think, for us, it starts on defense. And we, struggled, scouting report-wise. We struggled personnel. We struggled to do what the coaches asked of us. And then, overall, we just played with more energy and effort. And, those.
Even more alarming is the physical toll this dysfunction seems to be taking. After a college and rookie career marked by incredible durability, where she never missed a game to injury, Clark has already been sidelined by 3 separate soft tissue injuries this season. This sudden fragility is a massive red flag. Is the stress of carrying a mismanaged team causing her body to break down? Is the clumsy offensive system forcing her into more physically taxing situations? It's a terrifying question, but one that must be asked. Is Indiana's incompetence literally destroying their most valuable asset?
One thing I like about the New York Liberty, they got a little run and gun in their offense. When I watched them the other day against the Aces, and Sandy does a wonderful job making that ball go. And it's fast-paced. They shoot threes. They allow Sabrina be Sabrina. She can shoot her threes. They're a very well-balanced team. They got a little inside, but they also got some outside too. And I can see why they won the championship. And I just hope that when Caitlin Clark feels and sees that, she goes, that's a good idea.
While Clark is navigating this frustrating reality, she's also getting a front row seat to how a true championship organization operates. The New York Liberty function in a different universe. They don't force their stars to conform. They build their identity around them. Sandy Brondello's offense is a fast-paced run-and-gun system that encourages three-point shooting and empowers its playmakers. They let Sabrina be Sabrina. They maximize Breanna Stewart's versatility. It's a philosophy built on trust and empowerment, everything that seems to be missing in Indiana.
WNBA last year was the first year in its like 25, 30-year existence that it was profitable. Made $1 million. But it was the first time that it didn't lose money because the NBA supplements. Well, when Caitlin Clark comes to town, you have to go from the 8,000-seat WNBA arena to the 30,000-seat whatever arena across town because of ticket sales and all of the apparel and all of this stuff that's coming from Caitlin Clark, and you're just like, okay, but the league is totally destroying her. You know, they're trying to destroy her.
Imagine Clark running the pick and roll with Breanna Stewart, a nightmare for any defense. Picture her drawing double teams only to find Sabrina Ionescu wide open on the wing. Think of the defensive security provided by Jonquel Jones protecting the rim behind her. The Liberty don't just have talent, they have the right talent to unlock every facet of Clark's game. They offer a winning culture, stability, and a system that plays to her strengths, a combination Indiana simply cannot match.
But the Liberty have shown her love. We've seen that as a bit of a theme. There was the moment between Stewie and Clark when Clark came back from injury the first time. And then there were some nice words. I missed the moment myself of them posted up there for a second. But there were some nice words from Liberty coach Sandy Brondello that I did capture. And I thought they were...
The financial implications of Indiana's mismanagement are staggering. The CC effect is real, and the Fever are fumbling $1 billion bag. Ticket prices for Fever games plummet when she's not on the court, with one report showing a drop from $262 to just $64. TV viewership craters by 40%. She is the economic engine of the entire league, and her home franchise seems either unable or unwilling to protect its investment. The Liberty, with their sold-out crowds and massive New York media market, are not just recruiting a superstar, they are preparing to acquire a business empire.
I've never seen somebody fumble a incredible talent like this. Generational, once in a lifetime player like this. I've never seen somebody fumble the bag this easy. This was an easy bag. Stephanie White, this was an easy bag, bro. All you had to do was focus on the defense and let Kayla handle the offense. But you're fixated on this trash offense you brought from Connecticut that nobody...
For anyone doubting the likelihood of this move, the timeline is already crystal clear. Clark's rookie deal expires after the 2027 season. In 2028, she becomes an unrestricted free agent, free to sign with any team she chooses. The Liberty are positioning themselves perfectly for that moment. They have the championship pedigree, a roster built to win now, and the cap space to make her an offer she can't refuse. That meeting in the tunnel wasn't just a friendly chat, it was the first move in a 3-year chess match.
For the people who don't believe in the CC effect, my precious CC, y'all ticket sales went from $262 to $121 to $64 to get in at the door. That is horrible. It decreased by 48%. You hear me? That is wild. So for all the ones who be hating on my precious CC, understand the Caitlin Clark effect is real. The CC effect is real. My precious CC is real.
And it's the players. They can't handle it. They can't handle the jealousy. Well, nobody knows the hell you are. Nobody knows you. They know Caitlin Clark. Like you looking a gift horse in the mouth. And the WNBA, when they go for salary renegotiations and they get more money because of the viewers that Caitlin Clark brings in, they need to call Caitlin and say thank you for money because of you.
In the end, this is about more than money or even championships. It's about respect. The New York Liberty are demonstrating that they value Clark's unique greatness. They see a franchise cornerstone, not a cog in a flawed machine. That smile on Clark's face in the tunnel photo said it all. It was the look of a player who just saw a glimpse of a brighter future, a future where her talent is finally unleashed. The writing is on the wall. The Queen is tired of being treated like a pawn. And in 2028, she will be ready to choose a castle worthy of her reign. Indiana has been put on notice.